Hey, Coach, so glad you found us. Couple things. First of all, subscribe. Please go over and do that. That will keep you updated with everything that we're doing. Second thing is go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to put hardware in your basement, if you want to win more games, let me help you do that. I will give you my personal email address. We'll do one-on-one calls. We'll do office hours, less than $1 a day, 14-day free trial. Go over and check it out. Let's head off to the video.
Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Oh, I like the claps in there, coach. Like a cheerleader.
I'm getting ready for school. I'm pretty excited, you
No,
know.
you're not. I know that's hard to believe. When's your first day of school? Are you guys late?
We don't have students until after Labor Day. That's a
I think
state
it
law.
should
It's
be.
a
You
state law.
gotta talk to most of the other states about that because that should be a state law. They
Well,
moved ours up in
I
August.
wish we
Like
got
they kept
out
it.
earlier and started mid-August.
That's
Because
what we do mid-August.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's mid-May to mid-August is the best when it used
Yeah,
to
you
be
guys
that.
do get out late.
We get
Yeah, you
out
guys are team.
June, beginning of June. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So
Yeah.
kids are like seniors are like toast by
Oh,
then. So that's why it was better when it was mid-May. Um, but and then it's like, well, and I have to report, end of August, like August 25th, 20. So we're there for a week full of,
your lovely meetings. I remember you saying that you absolutely
and
can't
when I
wait
do
for meeting
eventually
you.
retire, I will tell you what I think of those meetings.
Ah,
Anybody that's a teacher that's listening to this can exactly tell you what those meetings
yeah, I would
are.
imagine.
All right. So, but before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, coaches, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com. As we've said before, stop Googling how to run a third grade practice. Just go to coachingyouthhoops.com. We've done it. We've done the homework, the research, and our research is gray hair and experience of 50 plus years combined experience coaching kids, from grade school to high school. We've put it all together in a system. Literally just have to, you know, coach, show up and coach. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com.
All right. And then
Simple.
we have a little something coming too. We're
We
going to really,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to make a big announcement about this because we're pretty excited about it. Coach and I decided, hey, you know what? Our coaches need more help out there. So listen to your feedback. We are creating a tool that will simplify your coaching a step further. So go check it out. It's not live yet, but hey, we're going to give you early access. We'll do some webinars around it when it does launch. Get on that list now. Go check it out at coachingyouthhoops.com/AI. You're going to want to get on this one. Literally will save you hours of time.
Days. It's going to say days. I'll say
And
days.
one thing we always forget mentioning about this, and it's for parents too. If you're a
Yeah.
parent, you're going to love this tool for your son or daughter. Um, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do and how to train them. But go check it out. Sign up early. It's the only hint I'm going to give you. coachingyouthhoops.com/AI.
All right. All right. So we're going to talk about small-sided games a little bit today.
Yeah, we are. And the root of this is just more efficient, being more efficient with your practices and changing constraints without changing the core drill. So we're using 3-and-3 game as a great example
Yep.
as the
Yeah,
base.
so I can tell you this is literally like I knew the topic, but I didn't know like anyway. So today I was working my team out today and we were doing some 3-on-3 stuff. So
Mhm.
we did a disadvantage thing where the two offensive and two defensive players are kind of on the weak side and there's a
Mm.
disadvantage kind of so the offense has a second of an advantage and then it's live 3-on-3. So I went through just running it normal. Then I went through the dribble, only got one dribble.
Yeah.
Then I went through the constraint, he only got two dribbles. Then I went through the constraint that the ball had to go, had the shot had to be in the paint. Then the next constraint was the
Mm-hmm.
ball had to come, there had to be a post up before a shot could happen. The next one was only threes. Then, I mean, I
Mm.
kept adding all of these constraints because we were working. I think I had, oh, how many did I have this morning? I had 12 or 13. It was great. And it was like half of my varsity guys, but I wanted to work on some skill things and work on some help defense. How can we stop the penetration? We were working on kind of ball pressure, pushing baseline, that kind of stuff. But within that, I didn't want to do the same thing over. We could
Yeah,
go
yeah,
from the
yeah.
left to right side, which was fine. But I wanted to give different constraints because I wanted to give them different feels. And again, I mean, I wish I had a trademark small sided games or whatever, but I've been doing it for 35 years. It's just
Yeah.
someone put a name on it. It's like every drill I've ever done has all of those. It's one drill, and I worked on like 7 different things that I needed to work on.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's what you're talking about. I mean,
Yeah,
you did it like
exactly.
3 hours ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and the reason is, if you peel back here a little bit, is again, we don't, as youth coaches, we don't have a lot of time in practice. So you can't keep on teaching kids new drills every practice. And if you have a base like a 3-on-3, and I'll ask you, I have my reasons. Uh, why 3-on-3? Why not 4-on-4 or five on
Well, I
five?
do
Why
all of
is
those. I do all those.
Oh, I know, yeah, but why is
Why?
three
Because
on
I think the
yeah.
game is really, if you've done enough reading like me, it's a 3-on-3 and a 2-on-2 game. It really
Hmm.
is. When you think about the court, there's never really more than 3 or 2 players. There's sometimes 1-on-1 if it's a breakaway, but usually there's 3 players and 2 players intertwined. Watch a game next time. I'm gonna tell you when you're watching
Yeah,
WNBA, watching summer league, watching whatever, watching the NBA or college. Watch. It's usually on one because as soon as you get the fourth person on a side of a court, it gets too crowded.
gets you credit, yeah. Absolutely.
So that's why that 3-on-3, 2-on-2 thing is kind of the magic window. We do a lot of one-on-one stuff too, just because we need finishing skills and we work on
Yeah.
containing things. So it's not as much about the one-on-one stuff isn't as much about game building skill wise. For me, it's more individual kind of stuff. The 2-on-2, 3-on-3 is really where, as a youth coach, I would lean in and do a lot of different things with those 2 things. I think 2-on-2 is like you'll see times where there's a pick and roll on here and there's some
Right.
movement on the other side. So I think those 2 are the magic ones for coaches.
Yeah, and I like the talking about spacing, especially at the youth level when it comes to that, and having them realize how important spacing is. Uh, but I like 3-on-3 because it gets a lot more touches. You're getting in off ball screens, on ball screens, but specifically, we're talking about adding the constraints. So we'll have a base 3-on-3, and then coach, he just listed 5 or 6 things he does. We do no dribble, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, like he said. We do after you pass, you screen away. After you pass, you screen on
Right.
ball.
And you can do
Um,
things depending on your offense too. So
that's right.
yeah, yeah. I love that.
So yeah, we mix it up quite a bit and literally could do that for an entire hour and a half practice and not run out of ideas. Here's the thing though, make it competitive, have scoring. And it could, and we just talked about the offense. We didn't talk about the defense, right? If a ball goes in a certain corner, you gotta go and double it, right? We call it the blue cone zone. Um, I'm anyway. We put names to we put names to stuff other than just,
That's a whole
go
different.
trap,
That's a
right?
whole
Exactly.
different.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast on
Yeah, we'll
naming.
do that. I'll add that. Yeah.
That's really good because it's got a trigger to them. It's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
name
Yeah.
thing is a trigger. But what we're saying is, what I'm saying to a youth coach is, if you have 10 really good drills, you really have 50 really good drills.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Um, because you can change them, and again, you're going to that, changing, it's nothing. There's nothing earth-shattering about this. There's nothing surprising
No.
that good coaches haven't done. People have just named it. That's all they've done. Uh,
Well, so I had a tournament game this weekend, and one of the refs that I've known for years, he's been reffing games. We figured out literally since my kid was in the third grade, now he's 22.
right,
Okay, so a long time reffing, and he always says the same thing to me, which is, he goes, I see a lot of games, and your kids, one, I can see them, how they've grown up and gotten so much better and so fundamentally strong. What's your practice like? And I'm like, well, it's all we focus on is fundamentals. My philosophy with the grade school kids is um, just trying to get them better and lifting. I don't need to win tournaments, right?
right,
That's not the point. I want them ready for high school, and I always think I don't want you starting on your freshman team. I want you starting on your varsity team.
right.
So how can we get you there as a
Right. I
freshman,
want you
right?
taking
So,
geometry or calculus or something your freshman year rather than
right.
calculus would be a stretch. But that's what I want. I want you to be able to do something
Yeah.
like I,
And
I,
I'm
I
going
want
to
to
do
push
everything I
you
can do. Yeah, to
and I
push
want
you.
to
That's
help
right.
you. I want to push
Yeah.
you and
Yeah. So going back to this idea of these 3-on-3 games or small-sided games and changing the constraints, you can move through a practice really quickly and not waste time teaching them a drill. Focus on teaching them the technique of, well, how do you set a screen? How do you roll off a screen? That's where you should put your focus on, not on a. You look at my practice. A coach asked me, I I was kind of, I was like, I think you'll be underwhelmed if you came to one of my practices because it doesn't change that often. The base doesn't change, right? We do the same two drills to warm up every practice. We change the number of makes they have to do. It's a layup drill. Change the number of makes they have to do. That's the only constraint. Consistency is key, especially that is what we talked about on a prior podcast is just getting their mind into this idea of, transition here, you're transitioning into practice. Then we just break everything down into small-sided games. Whatever we're working on, it's just here's the constraints, right? And here's what you're going to work on today. Oh, you're doing 3-on-3 again? Yep. Well, what's changed? Well, we added a different constraint to it, or 5 different constraints to it, right, over a period of time. Um, what is the number one question you always think I get from the kids? So let's say
are
we
we going
go
to
through it.
scrimmage?
Are we going to scrimmage? And what do I say?
We are scrimmaging all the
We are
time.
scrimmaging. Exactly. Okay, so it's not just me. Good. Uh, all the time. Are we going to scrimmage? When are we going to scrimmage? I'm like, what did you think we just did for the last hour,
Well, and the
15
thing is,
minutes?
like, my guys don't complain. They're playing 3-on-3. They're having fun. They're playing. It's competitive. It's like, you know, yes, do they love the pivoting drill we were doing at the beginning today? Probably not, but we needed some work on jump stops and pivoting, and we needed some
Yeah.
working but they never complain when we do that stuff because they're playing. It's hard. They think 5-on-5 is the
Five
only
and
way to
five is
play the game.
that's your scrimmage and you're going full court. That's what a scrimmage is to them. And I said, well, you can't play 5-on-5 if you don't know how to play 3-on-3, if you don't know the basics. Oh, coach. I'm
Right.
like,
Ooh, yeah,
ugh.
I know. It's always the same.
Okay, good. I'm not the
Good.
only one
You're
then.
not the only one.
Good. Yeah.
All right. Anything else, coach?
Yeah, coaches, again, don't overcomplicate your practice plan. Come up with some basic drills, depending on how much time you have. Change the constraints on those drills that teach the kids the fundamentals. And if you want this all planned out for you, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com. Literally, the practice plans, you'll see they're boring, uh, but they have the constraints scattered throughout the whole year. They build upon one another. So you're
Boring is
teaching a handful
sometimes
of drills.
okay, coach.
I'm going to say that's what I mean. It's boring and it's
It's boring
okay.
for me to sit down when we get off of here and go pay my mortgage bill. It's boring to go and rake the
I
leaves.
will trade you. You can pay my mortgage bill and see
No,
how excited
we'll
you
not
get.
do that. But I'm just saying, it's boring to go empty the
Yeah,
dishwasher. It's boring
right.
to go down and do the laundry, but sometimes things need to get done. Anyway, we're preaching to the choir from everyone that's listening to the
That's right.
podcast. All right. Until next week, Coach.
Until next week, Coach.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.